Here's the thing about me. This is how I've been since I had my son. I do not, since I like got pregnant and like even like a few months before that, I would say up to like a year before that, I had a falling out with a lot of my close friends, and it was also towards the end of high school. So, like, it's pretty obvious to everyone that knows me that I literally have no friends. I've had a few acquaintances, you know, that I like would rarely see now and then. And one buddy of mine, as I call him buddy, but he wasn't very friendly. And so this person had, you guys know the foolish person we spoke of in previous videos. He had her over and another friend on a certain day. I mean, I'm sure that the other friend was only over to make it confusing for me because I had fallen asleep by accident. I would never purposely fall asleep at this person's house because I had already been getting for years weird ass fucking vibes, but he's also like very like persistent, so I would often like give in and just be like, I'm gonna come over, we're gonna be friends, whatever. So this is what happened that day. I believe it was July 24th exactly, if not the 16th. But the 24th was the day that I noticed these changes. It was, I'm sorry, the 25th, which was the following morning, is when I noticed these changes, and I'm barely now like actually taking a closer look at everything because my phone's been acting like extremely weird, and I've spent so many hours just trying to like make it be normal again, like all these fucking, just whatever, you know. And so Samsung Cloud, it told me this. Apparently, it only gives me like the last 24 hours of like when it was accessed. And the nearby devices, it's weird because it was accessed past 24 hours, but I don't know like how or what it means by that because, so if we have like hackers in the comments, that'd be useful, I guess. But not hackers, whatever, programmers. Um, but I noticed like if I change this, like for files and media, I changed it to media instead of access to manage all files, right? Because and that solved a lot of problems like right away. So, but then I noticed that that access in the past 24 hours thing went away. So notice how when I access it, it doesn't say anything. It just says media. So I thought that was interesting, and I just left these all allowed because I didn't want to like mess with it too crazy. And then I saw the permissions, and again, I don't even know if this is like the second system that's installed because, like I showed you guys earlier, there's two systems, and I don't even know if they're properly installed. Something about a root being missing. I mean, I don't know, right? So that's the language that it's giving me. Used to back up and restore Bluetooth settings. There's a bunch. I'm not gonna show you right now because it's gonna be hard to get to it, but there's so many thumbnail, like 100, like probably a couple thousand, if not 1 or 2 thousand, maybe, just of like little thumbnail pictures of like all my videos and pictures. Like it just took a picture of the fucking thumbnail and just like sent it. It's really weird. Like I don't know what kind of program would do that. I don't have any like programs like that installed that would like that I would require it to do that. So I just thought it was interesting. And then of course the work profile thing kept popping up as like frequently accessed, taking up all this battery and memory and data and whatnot. So I tried to restrict it in the background. But I mean, I can only do so much when I'm asleep. If my phone's being accessed remotely, how do I have to sleep sometime. I can't be constantly watching it. And so this has been the ongoing problem I've been describing for like the past however many fucking years. And just today and yesterday, I've already had like videos completely fucking disappear. I'm not. It's probably because I just changed my settings, like I'm showing you right now. But I don't know why that would move my recently taken videos to a completely different folder. I still have not found them, and now they're suddenly showing up where they're supposed to be. So, yeah, it's like fucking unreasonable as fuck. I don't. Yeah, I'm just done. Anyway, where was I? I was gonna show you. Oh yeah, all of these fucking files apparently have like some weird property, so I had to delete them. I don't even know what this is. Oh yeah, this is the remote file system exception. I guess there's like an exception rule that somebody added. I don't know if this is from an app. It says root, which, like I said, I did not install. I've never heard of this. There's an error on the file apparently. And I don't know why the root wouldn't be available. So whatever. Let's see. This app allowed me to show the hidden files that I couldn't see before. So there's a weird extension called Joseph. Again, very strange to me. It's probably from CapCut. Like, it's probably meant to be like I don't know. It should have been I probably should have renamed it Joseph, and for some reason it made it into an extension. Like, it's so strange. But then again, when there's multiple systems installed on one device, these type of problems will often happen. And then I'll kind of like start to like slowly self-destruct. I don't even know how to describe that in like technical terms, but you know. This number also, 318-4492, keeps popping up on everything, like all these files. I have like a folder, I think it's a folder with all the thumbnails in it actually. Every single one of those thumbnails is renamed instead of like the date or whatever, original file name, has this number, like a variation of this number, but the last digits are 318-4492. And I want to say that's like a number that's called me, like a random number's called me before, and I'm like, who is this? And they will never fucking respond as to like who they are, but they keep fucking texting me. It's like borderline like harassment shit. I just fucking block them, and then they just call me from another number, text me from another number. It's fucking weird, dude. I don't know who the fuck has that much time on their hands, because like I consider myself to have a lot of time on my hands now, and I really like, I'm appreciative of it. I value my fucking time. So like, never in my life have I done something like this to anyone. Let me repeat myself. To anybody at all. So I wouldn't, that type of shit would not even cross my mind. It's not a question, because I value myself thoroughly. And you know what's really fucking ironic is the type of people that would do this shit, the people that I'm sure are doing this shit, it's like a group of people that are like gangstalking. It's funny because that was always like their number one get down was like, oh hey, you should really value your time more. You should respect yourself, blah blah. So I'm like, oh okay, cool. Like I was trying to be cool, but like you don't want to be cool with each other. We don't want to be cool. Um, and then we would like both text each other like way later, and then um, eventually I like lost my fucking mind to this shit, dude. Lost my mind. Only because, well, all this bullshit is the reason, seriously, the fucking reason that I lost my custody. This fucking gang stalking. And it's several reasons, like several gang stalking situations with the same people involved, of course, but like they weren't happy just like fucking up my custody. No, they wanted to keep fucking going, and they're still going, like despite all my silence, despite all my like every like being fucking patient and graceful, forgiving. Like, I'm sorry. So that's why when anybody wants to give me some weird shit and be like, oh my god, don't talk about it, don't talk about these people, I'm like, please figure out what you're talking about before you come at someone that way. Because like clearly these people that are saying those things, they have no fucking idea. But yet they're all fucking giggity, like probably listening to these fucking narcs, feeding them what to say, and then I have to fucking hear these narcs out of just strangers' mouths now too. I can't, like, fuck, dude. I have to block the whole fucking universe, and I did. I don't leave my fucking house now. I don't want to fucking hear these people. Like, I don't know how how else to explain that. Like, and people think I'm like, oh, I must be so obsessed because I can't stop talking about them. Wouldn't it be easy to stop if they would get the fuck out? Like, I don't understand why contradict yourselves that much. I really don't. Like, even if I hated myself and wanted to die, it's hard to imagine myself wasting my time doing that shit for what? For what? And finally, I've come to this conclusion, guys. It's because these people don't actually believe that anyone is actually capable of doing that, of having respect for themselves, of leaving them the fuck alone, of not talking about them when they're gone. Like, I don't even think they know anyone else like that. with those habits. And so, of course, it's natural for them to believe that I'm a liar when I say that. Of course, it's natural for them to believe that they have to literally go and push someone to the edge of insanity in order to control them, because that's the only way they won't be able to function normally, as if they're like constantly in this state of grief because they don't have their child. And not only do they not have their child, but they don't have their child over some shit that's being fucking rigged by the system, these gangs, this fucking what is it called? This county that's been like known for like super high violence rates. Like, really, you guys, like, nobody's getting the picture. Like, our leaders obviously in Fresno County have failed us. I'm sorry if nobody is seeing that, but fuck. And I'm sorry if that's harsh, because clearly they're not all bad. Otherwise, we would have already reached the point of like rebellion, whatever the fuck. But I mean, we're just like, it seems like we're just like teetering on the edge. Like, when's it gonna happen? When is it? It's not happening, right? Like, look at this shit, dude. Fucking, where is it? Yes, I'm taking a screen recording of a screen recording. These are like all the sites that were like accessed, apparently. I mean, trackers that try to access my shit. Like, you guys, this is a lot, considering I just bought this phone like July, maybe like like towards the end. I want to say towards the end of July. This is embarrassing. Like, these people are sloppy as fuck. They don't know how to cover their shit. And if you're gonna be like, oh, it's sinking and it's whatever the fuck, these are just in the last week. These are all, like it says at the top when I get there. Let's see. That these are all just times attempted to track in the last week by each site as it's listed. Who the fuck? For what? What are you fucking tracking? Because I'm sure in the past like 5 fucking years of you guys, like probably longer actually, probably like 10 years, because I just realized like there's people from my family's past, not even my past, my family's past, that are involved in this fucking bullshit. So yeah, it's really weird, dude. And it's just like, it's not even anyone important. It's just like petty ass like fucking losers. It's pathetic. What was that? Oh, and their friends, of course, because they always have lots of friends willing to help them be fucking losers. It's not hard to do that, but they're like, oh my god, I'm so special. Everyone loves me. It's not because we just like spend all day fucking. If you guys had actual jobs and actually contributed to society, none of you would hang out with each other. You'd all hate each other. But okay, whatever. Whatever you want. Anyways, so over here we have Thursday, Friday, 5,000. The previous day, another 5,000, 45,000. Okay. What else do we have? Fucking some I've never had a Linux computer. I don't know why it's giving me that shit. Whatever. It's whatever. One of these was important. Oh yeah, IMS logger. I don't know what that is. Seems fishy. Call and text on other devices. Never in my life do I ever use that shit. Call and texting on other devices. It's just one of those things that's like fucking complicated, and I don't think anybody uses that. Who fucking takes the time to set that shit up? Like, you have to have no money. And if you have no money, you probably only have one device, given the dynamics of these cultures and what they fucking do all day. Anyway, so then there's like this silent logging of apparently, I don't know why it would have to be silent, but okay. I don't really fuck with like, what is it called? The programmer menus or whatever, developer options and shit. So what you're seeing is like me looking at the stuff that was already fucked with by whoever the fuck. When it's like showing like weird systems and all that stuff, I don't install system. I don't even know how to do that. I don't install weird shit into my phones. It's really easy to get confused about this stuff if you don't know enough. I feel like I'm not a programmer, but I took a programming class once and I passed it. So I know enough to know what I'm looking at, right? What it is and what it's not, basically. But as far as like the specifics, like Knox attestation, I don't know what the fuck that is. I know Knox is like the security application software, whatever, that Samsung uses. So it's like either like an old version right here. It's one of the system apps. I get that system apps are supposed to be fucking, but this is not the system that I had before, is what I'm saying. When I purchased the phone, when it came out of the box, and it was working perfectly. So this stuff was installed by my Samsung Cloud app, which means somebody waited, like I said, on the 24th at night. That's why I woke up on the 25th. But 24th, waited till I fell asleep. Probably did some other weird shit to my stuff. Who knows? But because like it takes a fucking psycho to like do this shit and like not have a fucking reason. But anyway, I mean a sociopath. But whatever. I'm just saying. So believe whatever you like. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm just sharing. Anyway, so settings, Bixby. I don't ever use Bixby. Like this is a list of stuff that was like frequently used, right? Apps frequently used in the data, because there was like, I don't know how many fucking gigs, like 10 gigs of data for like a couple days or something. I didn't check the specifics. I was too busy trying to get my phone to work properly and not delete all my shit, but whatever. Yeah. Device key string is obviously like my password. Nox push manager, like what the fuck, dude? This are things I wouldn't you would never normally see together like this. It's just weird. Clipboard save service, like what's all these fucking services? I don't activate any services. And I had to turn off my printing service because these people also have like this fucking infatuation with using fucking the printing service as like they just hook it up to your like IP or some shit, and it just like prints everything that's on your screen all the time, like prints pictures of it, or like anything you type, like even if you don't send it, like anything it's typed in, it's printing. Like I don't even know something like that. Yeah, I read about it like years ago. And then I fucking went back to minding my fucking business, and it still hasn't stopped. So please take note of that before you come for me. All right. Oh, these are the web addresses that were like set as default web addresses to open, basically, instead of like just going to my Samsung account. It's like, yeah, it's going to all these other shit, which I mean, like I said, could be normal, but like, look at this, Samsung Gosp Dev. Like that sounds like some development shit. That, like I said, I don't code, I don't program. This is not my shit. Look at how much fucking data. I haven't used Samsung Pass at all. I haven't used any of my applications since I bought this phone because all I've been using it for is recording and like saving everything. I'm always in a fucking hurry. I haven't had time to set my shit up. Obviously, these people took advantage of that. Reset my password or whatever through my, with my phone, using my phone number as like the second verification option, which is why I always like to not use that as an option. But then lately, since I've been so stressed out, I forget my passwords now. So I have to use the verification option. So you see my dilemma. And this is also part of like the narc isolating you. Like if I had people around me all the time, it would be easy to remember my passwords because I'd be talking about private things with people that I trust, right? Type shit. Like I'm just saying that's just one example of like the dynamics that this creates for people that people never fucking seem to realize. Like just do a little bit of research before you, like, not all the time, not for everybody, but like before you choose to attack somebody, like talk down, or like anything that's like coming out of your mouth in a negative way, like why don't we have a reason for it these days? That's the fucking like the people causing all these problems at the root of it. I'm sure like they probably feel bad by now. This probably would have been over, but because everyone else keeps adding to it, dude, this shit is like I literally was fucking losing my fucking mind. And I'm sorry if like it sounds too animated for you. Please be my guest. Go watch Disney Channel. I'm not here to like annoy anybody. I'm just sharing because it's important. Because I would like for someone else not to have to go through this shit again, as I'm sure so many people have already. It's fucking amazing. Like, and then people expect other people to own up to this. They're like, no, they didn't do that. Like, okay, yeah, because you would just say so, right? Fucking people that are this weird are far beyond normal comprehension of like what normal is. Allow access to me. So I thought I changed some of these. Okay, yeah, these are grayed out, so I wasn't able to change them. That's why I took pictures. Bixby routines. Allow access to me. I don't know why it needs access to my media. Like I said, I always try to turn this off and I can never find an option to do that. So I just leave it the fuck alone and I try to like restrict everything possible. Somehow it still has access to my fucking photos. And so probably it's just like putting them on a fucking widescreen somewhere. Like this is the shit that my narc would do before. Like he thought it was fucking funny. Yeah, this fucking little fucking cow lover that goes and sticks his arm in like cow shit every day so like impregnate cows artificially. Thinks he's a shit apparently, and is like, oh, it's so funny to like when you go outside because you want to have a fucking private conversation with your fucking boyfriend at the time, right? That's a great time for me to fucking put the fucking phone call on my fucking big ass widescreen TV, turn it all the way up so the whole fucking neighborhood can hear it. Like, oh man, like now it's funny, but you have like what I'm thinking is like, not that if someone did that one time and like never fucking did anything weird again, I guess it would be one thing. But this guy is a fucking sociopath. Like fucking sat there and played dumb the whole time when my house almost got broken into, and people did like they shot up like 13 houses in the area recently. I read this online, and if my house happened to be one of them, and I'm telling this guy like, oh wow, that like all this other shit that was going on at the time, which don't even get me started on it, but he was like pretending to be my friend at the time, right? He's like, oh, your ex was texting me, but I didn't text him back, and he was talking shit about you. Like, oh, like, okay, so I stopped talking to my ex because I believe this guy, right? He's supposedly my friend for 10 years, whatever the fuck. Okay, and yeah, come to find out, he knew about this the whole time because he's paying these gang members to do this shit. And they're like, dude, what are you gonna do if people are desperate for money? Like, as long as they don't have to kill anyone, like, or even if they did have to kill someone, like, as is obvious, 13 houses, yeah. It's funny because when I had a DMT trip, like I had a dream of 13 generations of families, like sitting there crying, like suffering because of me. And well, I was blaming myself at least as I was watching it, but I mean, I still haven't exactly defined the meaning of it. I would like to, but I'll get into it. Anyway, my wind chimes, can you hear them? My mommies, I mean. Yeah, let's go outside, we need air. And what happened, I lost track of what I was saying right now. Oh yeah, the assisted dialing thing. So it puts in like prefixes for like out of like basically if these people are working with cops and the cops want to like wash their hands of this, they'd probably say something like, oh, we'll just use a fucking out of international phone number and then we don't have to deal with it. Like it's out of our hands, right? I imagine, don't like get all, you guys always get weird about like, there's always like someone in the comments that, like controlling, like this is not a joke, it is not the time, go home. Always on display, why does my always on display have access to media? Like it should be connected to the internet and be accessing the server's media or whatever the fuck, I don't know, you know what I mean. Not mine. Not, I don't store shit on my phone like that. I don't download keyboards, I don't download like dictionaries and shit. That's just all fucking weird extra shit. Allow access to media. Oh yeah. Why does dialing have access to media? You see what I'm saying? Why the fuck do you need my fucking pictures to dial a number? Okay. So my work profile had like everything, fucking access to all my fucking files. I wouldn't be surprised if these people are doing some serious fucking fraud and just like making it like look like it's going through my IP or some shit, or my phone. And that's fine. Like I'm more than 1,000% sure that if that's the case, like not only will they be found out, but there will be such severe punishments that I'm even gonna feel bad for them. Anyway, phone access for this, yeah, it's allowed to make phone calls for me, this work profile. So the only person that can possibly have access to my phone and set up a work profile on it, like, because he has employees that he has drive his trucks around. Yeah, that would be Manuel Monteiro, obviously. Like, this is the person I keep saying is a fucking sociopath. And then, like, isn't even fucking embarrassed. It's like the Pharisees, dude. He's like not embarrassed at all when he's found out. He's just like laughs about it, or like completely denies it. He's like, oh my god, who would do that? You're fucking crazy. Are you okay? You need to stop doing drugs. Like, sets a fucking puts a rat in the house, and then like leaves. And then when he comes back, I'm like, just letting him know. I'm not even like complaining about it. I'm just like, hey, just so you know, like, I heard a rat. Like, it was very clearly, like, obviously a rat. It sounded like it was behind the fucking the fridge, right? And this is when I realized that he's the one that put it there, because he's so bad at acting, dude. He's like, oh, are you sure? Like, are you sure you're not just crazy? You're just imagining things? Like, wow, very funny. Yeah. Of all the jokes in the world, bro, that was a really good one. So here we go. Management of all class. I don't want this to be too long, so we will show you guys more shit. Oh yeah, the weird fucking Play Store, like old version of my Play Store, I guess. Location data. Yeah, apparently this Android market is where my second Play Store came from. So there's 2 installed. One must be hidden. I don't know what. Like, look at this number. 9392. I'm sorry, 5713993. I don't know, it just seems significant. I kept changing the change system settings to not allowed, so that should have been, yeah, whatever. Oh, something went wrong. It is so much. Calendars gone. Yeah, for group sharing, like, why would there be a group that needs to, like, see my calendar and contacts? Oh, let's make sure they're not talking to the people who are fucking paying to fucking go set them up, right? Because I guarantee you, oh wow, a lot of these people are the type to get set up by their own people, and they're like so unaware of it. Apparently some of them are highly aware of it, and they're taking precautions. What is this? Contact permission. Yeah, voicemail needs contact permission. But here's the thing. My system, the factory system it comes installed in, doesn't fucking ask you to give your contacts permission to use your contacts, right? That's redundant as fuck. It's retarded. Like, who fucking... Oh my god, dude. And they will seriously sit there, like, Manny will really sit there and, like, if I explain this to him like he's a child, he's like, wow, no, that doesn't make sense. No, like, it needs to have, you need to set the permission. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. I guess he thinks that, like, he's smart if he, like, oh, there it is, no media file fucks with, like, all, like hides all your shit from somehow, and, like, renames shit. I don't even know. You can add folders to favorites now, press and, oh, that's from my app. Oh yeah, last thing, this recycle bin thing with the dollar signs on it, when it has a period first, this is the folder that keeps manifesting in all my shit. Like, no matter how many times I delete it, I permanently delete it. I'll fucking restart my phone. I've reset phones before. Like, had to, like, went through hours because it was too hard to separate my videos, obviously, because this file fucks with your videos. But I didn't want to lose them, so I wanted to copy them onto the SD card and then reset. And I couldn't fucking do that. I need to stop buying phones and just fucking invest in a camera. Because, like, I was just trying to save a few bucks and be like, oh, this phone's cheaper, and it does multiple functions instead of me having to buy a camera and fucking editing, like, software, like, whatever, multiple things, you know, different apps and shit. So it just made sense at the time. Like, I'm seriously gonna have to go back to fucking old school fucking digital cameras, and even that, like, nowadays is gonna be fucking hard to find that's, like, affordable. But yeah, I've gone through so many phones. This shit is a fucking joke. Like, I can't fucking deal with it. It's yeah, my autofill for Google is always fucking turned on. So this is how people are apparently getting my passwords all the time. I know I said last thing, but last thing. Yeah, these fucks actually would, like I said, too much time on their hands. Would take the fucking time to go, have these random people follow me, come and be like, oh, can I, like, do you want a cigarette? Like, sit and just spend their fucking valuable, precious, irreplaceable time with me, the person that does not respect herself according to them, the person that doesn't love themselves enough. uh, wow. Doesn't, yeah. So many things, so many things. I'm not even gonna start. Um, they really love me, you know? I love me less, guys. Contact access for this app. Oh, yeah, again, they always want the contacts. Um, oh, that was a video. So there's more like deep in it, but I don't want to show anything too personal. Um, I was saying about the fucking password thing. Yeah, they'd come and fucking kick it with me, like act like they're just taking a walk or a bike ride, and like I'm sitting in my car, like minding my fucking business in the shade, like parked in the shade, so I'm not wasting all my gas. Fucking getting my alone time, completely fucking alone with God. Like, what the fuck else could, if I was with someone, they would be like, oh, it's that because they're with someone that's like a fucking bad person, or like, they'll come up with some weird ass shit to say, like, that's the reason that we have to stalk her, even though we don't have any idea who the fuck she is, or like what her fucking what she's about at all, other than some other fucking weirdo's interpretation of her. And then they would start just like talk, like if my password was like Blue Moon, if that was my Wi-Fi password, or like my Google password. Yeah, they'd be like, oh my god, have you seen that Blue Moon movie? I really like Blue Moon. I don't know if it's called Blue Moon, but I think it's Blue Moon. It's actually not called Blue Moon, but it's something like Blue Moon. And it's like, wow, dude, again, with the not making sense thing, they tend to do this a lot. If, this is why I keep saying I can't relate to, if I was gonna steal someone's password to like access their shit because I'm so cool and like, why not? It's so easy for me to do it because I have all these fucking weird ass narc friends. I sure as fucking hell, the last thing I'm gonna do is go tell that person, hey, I know your password. Yeah. And I would never change it right away because I'm like, if you have it, you have it, and you have already done what you need to do with it. I'm not, gonna react to it immediately. Like I said, it's one of my habits. Or maybe I will if I feel like it. Element of surprise, bitch. Get a clue about it. Anyways, so what happened uh, later, eventually, if I keep having phone problems, I'd be like, oh yeah, probably should change my password. Change it. My fucking problems go away for a week or two. And I'm good for that whole fucking week. Any fucking project that I started, even if it was like 15 fucking projects that were like 99 fucking percent done, but like I had to tweak a fucking detail on it because I'm a fucking perfectionist. You guys know this, or used to be at least. I'm learning very quickly. I'm sorry, very slowly actually, learning not to be one, but it's hard. Pains me. I mean, that was my stomach. That was really weird of a noise. Maybe I do have parasites. Starting to wonder now, Adam. Anyway, fuck, you planted the seed in my head, man. It's not my fault that you fucking talk too much. So, yeah, I would make sure, like, I actually gain something before letting this person know, hey, like, we keep getting, like, every fucking week we have your password. And if it's just a way of being like, we're watching you, I don't know what the fuck these people are watching. Like, I'm home all day, every day for the past however many the fuck years. My narc ex was like, oh my god, I'm sorry, because I still like this person. Like, they're not like, I don't wish bad things for them, obviously. Otherwise, it would have already fucking happened. It's not because I lack the power to do it. Um, but it gets really fucking hard because he's the one that started this all. None of these people ever even fucking had. None of these people would have had the nerve to even approach me, right? Like, I wouldn't get fucking people like trying to hang out, ask me out. Like, if they did, they would be so fucking shy about it. And then I'd eventually have to be like, oh, do you want my number? Like, I gotta go, but I don't know like what you're asking, like type of thing, because I'm not like, oh, long story, but yeah, I've just like never really been into dating, and that's actually a bad thing because it caused me to just see these people who try way too fucking hard. They're like obsessive about everything though. They're like, it's my lighter, it's my fucking lighter. Okay, bro, like, fuck. They just stole like $10,000 from someone and they're like freaking out, like, oh my god, I have my lighter. I know I fucking stole everything from you too, and I also want to fucking steal your lighter, but let me yell at you about it. Okay, like, fucking go away, my god. These people don't get it that nobody likes them. They don't even like each other. I'm sorry, but like, maybe I am at the point that I just don't like you guys anymore. Maybe it's, I haven't really thought about it too much. I've been too busy trying to mind my fucking business once again. Oh my god, this is impossible for these people to do, by the way. Despite all the fucking jail time they've served, despite getting so many, causing so many different problems from it, and gaining mediocre amounts of money because, hey, you guys are still in fucking Fresno. Like, you obviously can't be that great of a team. This shit would not fly in the Bay Area. Not with women. Fuck no. Anyway, I'm not even gonna talk on it because they get too fucking excited. Like, oh my god, she said JCat. No, I don't use the term JCat. I think it's like only a JCat would use the term JCat. But again, it's just an example. There's nothing I can say to please these people. There's nothing I can do to please these people. The only way to please these people is by pretending to be miserable or actually being miserable. And right now it's like a little of both. But whatever, hey, I've offered these people money. I've offered these people, like, I'm like, what the fuck do you want? I've offered these people plenty of my time. What the fuck do you want? Nothing. We just want you to fucking want to die, basically. Which, like, it's kind of backwards because, like, I was depressed before I met this person. And then I started, like, slowly, barely, like, I probably had, like, a whole month of peace. Where, like, oh my god, I'm feeling better. Like, and I made a friend, too. Like, this friend's cool. I like him. And then I fucking, like, oh, never mind. He's a fucking sociopath. And it, like, is willing to fucking sabotage everything about my life after only knowing me for, like, less than a month or whatever. Which is crazy. To me, again, something I could never get myself to do to anybody, even my worst enemy. But again, these things, because God is always in control, I have to add to that these things are, it's fine. It's always fine. It's really fucking annoying is all. And oh yeah, this group sharing thing has always, like, it makes sense, like, why when I started buying Samsung phones instead of iPhones, because they kept cloning my iPhones. And this video is never gonna end, as we're clearly finding out. I just keep remembering even more obnoxious things that tops the previous one. I had a brand new, I probably had it for a week when he cloned it, so I'm out, like, well, my parents are out like $700 for no fucking reason. I know this because I saw the IMEI, like I've said before. Some of you guys already know that. And it was the same IMEI as mine, but one number off, which is what they do when they do them so many numbers apart so that so they can clone them, and then when they do that, they can just have a different IMEI technically clean, because my IMEI would be blacklisted, right? But theirs would be a clone of mine with a different number. Yeah, something like that. And I don't go too deep into any of this stuff because I keep saying, like, you guys, I am not a programmer. I only know so much. I only know enough to know that this shit is fucking off as fuck. But if again, if there's any programmers who can be of service, I'm happy to pay you for it. Anyway, what am I? This is I was saying something, and it'll come to me at the right time. I really should go. Okay.